gotta censor our shit. We gotta blurp out the cuss words. Joe Rogan up there cussing his ass off. Adam 22 cussing his ass off. But we gotta blurp our cuss words out. We can't smoke weed. We can't do shit like black content creators can't do shit on YouTube right now. And y'all wonder why I don't be on this motherfucker. I wonder why there ain't been a new episode of Smoke a Lot Radio drop, because I am moving, my friend. I hate to say it, but I'm still tap in with y'all, but I'm taking my content to Miami. Period. I'm like LeBron. I gotta get paid for this shit, bro.
I'd like to welcome everyone to another episode of the Gangster Chronicles. I'm with my homeboy
James McDonald,
and we got a special another dude in here, man. Another addition to the crew, man. To my boy, you know, I'll be leaving pretty soon. I know y'all motherfuckers getting sick of seeing me, so I'll be going back to my executive producer post. You know, I'll be piecing y'all. My boy Reggie Wright will be coming home very shortly. What's up, Cavario?
What's happening? I'm glad to be here amongst men.
Man, so tell me, man, what is it that you gonna bring to the show, man, that's a little different, man?
Insight. Like the life that we've lived, the life that a lot of young brothers and sisters are living today. If you can survive it, then you gain a great deal of practical wisdom, insight, right? So that's what I intend to bring, because I put a lot into really analyzing my past and thinking about the things I've done and why I did them. And I learned a lot about that, so that's what I offer, insight.
Oh, for sure, man. I just can't wait to see, because it's a powerful trio, man, when James and Reggie is together, man, and now you, man. I think it's going to be something awesome, man. And I can kind of sit back there, man, and puppet, man, do my thing at, because that's really what that's what I do. I didn't start this show for me. It's always been about this brother, Reggie, and now you know what I'm saying? And what was on your mind, and just, you know, me sitting back kind of molding it. So one thing I want to do today, man, it was a big thing on the Breakfast Club today with my homeboy Charlamagne, that Mack 10 offered Snoop Dogg $1 million back in the day. And you got to remember, what was crazy about that at that time, Mack 10 was about 23, 24 years old, and I don't think he ever gets really, truly the credit that he deserves as an executive. You know,
Most definitely.
Because a lot of people don't know those West Side Connection albums. Those was Mack putting them out. Cube didn't want to do those projects. So that was Mack taking it upon himself with his money and, you know, resources and putting those together. And I think both of them went double platinum, you know, so he was always a good executive, you know?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, one of the few
Mack
guys.
is so low key though.
He's low key. You know, Mack is
in a few words.
Mack owns one of the biggest touring agencies in the country. Got a ton of real estate investments.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, he's a sharp brother. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sharp.
Man, he needs to be. Well, I'd say he needs to be a little more vocal, but I don't know the degree to which he already is vocal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
he might be. I haven't heard any of those things you just said.
Yeah, sometimes when you're sitting on the millions, man, you don't want everybody to know your business. You know?
No, I'm not talking about telling them. No, I'm talking about educating them.
That's what people want to know.
Teaching them what he
life after rap. What do you do after rap? A lot of these guys start their own businesses and making sure other people get out there.
Right.
So, you know, me, I'm clueless on it. I didn't know he was doing anything. I thought he was happily married, living large.
Yeah, he doing his thing. You know, he doing.
Chilling.
You know, he was my hero alone for being married to T-Bars, for locking T-Bars down. You know, so you know, Mack did some. You know, as he say every time I talk to him, you know, Steele, I do player. That's how Mack talk. I do player. I do player.
I haven't seen Mack in years. I haven't seen Mack since the Don Diva days.
Actually, I'm gonna call my homeboy right now, man. Ask him about this stuff that Snoop said, man.
Baby and them, Wayne and them.
Yeah, that's why he was with Cash Money.
That's where we met.
Hello.
Mack, what's happening, man? What's up with you?
What's happening with it?
Oh, man, shoot, man. We up here, man, just talking about your baller, magnificent ways, man. I was telling the homie Cavario and James, I was like, man, Mack has got one of the biggest touring agencies in the country, man. He's real estate mogul, man, and has just done very fine, man. And you know, they was like, for real? I was like, yeah, Mack. And I imitated your voice. I said, that's what Mack could tell you, man. I do player all day, homie.
Player.
Yeah, believe that.
Player all day.
Yeah, I was told you came to my brother's funeral. I didn't see you there, but they told me you came to his funeral.
Yeah.
So, you know, it was always respect from there. You know, I don't follow rappers and do none of that, but, you know, some guys out there, you know, I got respect for them, and I don't even know them,
Right.
such as you.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Likewise.
Right. And your shit was just 100. I've always want to ask you, though, how did you do Ice Cube and Dub C being a B-Dog in the middle?
I just stayed me, James. It was about the bag with me.
Right,
You
right.
know, I'm from Inglewood, you know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. You know, it was going to be that wherever I went, you know, whoever I was affiliated with, I just did me.
Oh, you represented like a mug, but I know there was some controversy somewhere around there because I know Dub C was a real one from what I was told. And
Yeah, but you know, I think, you know, it was a mutual respect thing, you know, just like, you know, when you get amongst real ones, you know what I'm saying? You're a real one, and when you get amongst real ones, you know, that's how real ones carry themselves.
Recognize.
We ain't looking for no problems. It's all about respect.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so that's how I always carried it. You know, I ain't never, man, them dudes was from where they was from, and I ain't never, you know, I never gave them no issues about that because they never gave me no issues about me being where I'm from. You know,
Right.
Everybody respected everybody who you know, we respected each other.
right.
You know, I think with real ones, only time it's a problem is when a line of respect is crossed.
That's right.
You know, so if everything stay respectful, it don't matter where nobody from.
Get your money.
That's right. That's a
Believe
fact.
that. You know, I was about the bag, James. You know?
Right. Get your money.
You sure about your, you know, about the bag then and still about the bag now. And that's what I tell people. I say, man, you know, I know a whole lot of rappers, as you know, Mack, and you know, not to put nobody out there because we not about that on this show, but a lot of people haven't managed their finances the greatest, you know.
Right.
You've done some incredible things, man, like very, very impressive things, and I'm very glad. You know, me and you got a lot of stuff business-wise that we doing together, man, and I'm really glad, and it's privileged, you know, to be around a person like you, just not because you Mack 10, but because of the knowledge about business that you bring to the game, you know?
Right. I mean, that's what it's about. It's business, you know. And like I said, I just ain't into no goofy shit. A lot of these dudes get sidetracked, you know, being involved with dumb shit. And that shit never interests me, man. I've always been a low-key kind of guy, and the only thing I'm serious about, you know, when it comes to business is getting to the bag, getting to the money. You know, if it's some shit that's going to interfere with that when it comes to business, then you need to eliminate that part from business. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Because that's like hustling backwards.
Yes,
right.
that's
So
real.
that's why I try to stay like out of the way. You know, I don't try to step on nobody's toes. Don't want nobody to step on mine. You know, and I never bite into that bullshit, clickbait, and all this other shit with this social media type shit. Like, that's why I stay away from a lot of it, because a lot of this shit sometimes is sucker shit, man. Because it's just you know, it's not really ethical, you know what I'm saying? So I just try to stay respectful, man, and just stay in my lane.
Well, it's like you said, man, it's definitely a distraction, man, and me and you on one accord when it comes to that. I think all of us sitting at this table
Facts.
on one
That's
accord
a
with
fact.
that, because we've never been about that on this show, you know, all the stuff, because it's clown at the end of the day, you know? So,
No doubt about it.
you know,
Yeah.
and I don't look good with a red nose on, so I just do me, you do man stuff. You know, I know one thing about it, man. It's like, you know, everybody always talk about Jay, how he married Beyonce. I said, man, Mack was my hero. When I heard he was marrying homegirl, man, I said, oh my God, man, this dude Mack a cold, man. I said, Inglewood, a real gangster. You know what I'm saying? I said, he don't marry T-Bobs, man. I said, man, this dude. And every time I saw Mack from a distance, he was always the one, like, he was the first Rolls Royce I saw in person. You know what I mean? Like the first thing, and he's smoking cigars and stuff, and I was like, and wearing khaki suits at that.
Yeah, I remember seeing him. I remember seeing him in a Lincoln Lowrider.
Yeah, it's authentic like
Navigator.
that. It's real.
Yeah, and Cavario said he saw you in the lowrider.
I remember. What up, though, Mac? What's happening, brother?
What's happening? How you doing?
I'm good, my brother. It's been a long while, bro. I haven't seen you since my Don Diva days, since I was doing my Don Diva magazine.
Oh, is that right? Okay.
Yeah,
right
man.
on,
Yeah,
right
but
on.
it was always love, man. When I heard just the other day that this thing came up about Snoop saying what he said, right? I just happened upon that information myself. I just seen that same little clip. And then when right before you got on the phone, Norm was saying about the real estate company and the travel agency and so forth.
Not the travel agency, the touring agency.
Touring agency. Yeah. So I'm like, yo, does he get out there? Like, he needs to be more out there. And Norm was like, he don't want people, knowing about his bread and this, that, and the other. I was like, no. I'm talking about in terms of the education that he got for himself that enabled him to come from being who he was to who he is. Because that information it can't even be measured how valuable that information is, because that's the information that transforms brothers like us, who a lot of times, like you said, they don't manage ourselves well.
Well, the way I look at it, Cavario, that's tight, man, but I'm glad Mack in business with me so I can get to the bag, and get us right, you know what I'm saying? And let them other dudes figure it out.
Oh, no, you pay. No. You pay for it,
yeah,
baby.
Yeah, for sure.
You pay for that information. You know what I mean? Like, it's school, but people only respect what they pay for. Right?
Yeah, but Mack is a sharp brother, man, and I'm glad I got the friendship with him, in all seriousness that I do, man. He's a good brother, man, and he stay out the way of the mess. You know what I'm saying? It's always a positive interaction with him, man. And we ain't gonna hold you up for no long time, Mack. We just wanted to touch in with you, man. We appreciate it because I don't want to talk too much because we got something that's more in depth coming, man. And I appreciate you, homeboy.
It's all good, man. I appreciate y'all. Much love and respect, man.
All the time.
Much love and
Keep
respect,
doing
my
what
brother.
y'all doing, man, for sure.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Travel wisely.
All right, 1-0.
All right now, for sure.
There we had it. We had Mack 1-0, man. Like I said, man.
It's a real one.
That don't talk about, that don't put his business out there. You ain't gonna never see him in the Forbes and all that, man. But when I tell you he getting it, he really getting it. You know what I mean?
That education would be magnificent.
It's just crazy because you don't find too many like that that's in the business that survived it.
Yes.
Especially back in that day.
You talking about the rap business?
The rap business.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like with all the gangster shit that was going on back then. It's crazy how you don't get involved or how you couldn't have been involved in all the shit that was going on in rap music. Because you're going to meet this motherfucker at a show and then this motherfucker come, I got a beef with this motherfucker. Everybody had a beef with somebody. To make it out of that, it shows you, like Death Row, it shows you what not to do. Mm-hmm. Especially me. Facts. It shows me what not to do and which way you don't want to go because I already been down that road. Mm-hmm. So I'm already knowing I'm going left. I'm going right. I'm going left. I ain't going the way y'all going.
Exactly.
So it's crazy that, and you see like Master P, how those dudes just made it, selling shit out of their car and made it, but so much controversy. Mm-hmm. And then here you have it. These guys is here to talk about it today. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And still got money. P is another guy that's doing really well.
He's still living off his money that he was from the 90s.
Still doing really well, man. So hip hop has definitely been good to a lot of these brothers, man. It's like
it swallowed up a lot of brothers too.
Oh yeah, it swallowed them up. But yeah, swallowed up a gang of people, man. Yeah. Swallowed up a gang of people, And like you talk about that Eric James, when was that, man? That was during the so-called East-West conflict, man. That was a real dangerous time, man, because I had a whole bunch of homeboys in New York at that time, and I had homeboys, me living out here, of course.
It was before the Death Row. Mm-hmm. You had rappers that was really out there going at each other before Death Row.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
Suge just came out where it was. You have to know about it because the way going to New York, Atlanta, and all this other different shit was always an issue. And then guns came to play. And then Suge brought gangbanging to the rap like real strong. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Would you say that was largely Suge?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't. That's a heavy legacy.
It wasn't hidden like that at first. Cats was just going at it. Seeing each other and then didn't like each other. Then the next stage it was this rapper talking about this rapper because now they see it's more money and battle rap. You know what I'm saying? So then here comes Suge. Suge just set the shit over top. Suge brung 20 gang members and unleashed. Have at it. Whoever you rob, you rob. That's your money. So all the wolves was out there eating and taking over shit. So now the fear come in. People were so afraid of not just Suge, but Death Row. You know what I'm saying? Because they know it when they see Death Row, they could be a victim.
Yeah, exactly. You know what the East Coast, West Coast thing, that was going on for a long time, man. Another one of my homeboys, man, was in the 2 Live crew, believe it or not, Mr. Mix, who's originally from Riverside, California. A lot of people don't know that, from the 2 Live crew. Mm-hmm. And he was telling me back in the day, man, how...
They were all from Miami.
Yeah. You know, he was telling me back in the day how they would do shows with Run DMC and them. And you know, New York, the epicenter of hip hop. You know, it's the birthplace that started it all. So they look at these country dudes up there with the girls on stage shaking their booties to be like, you know, that shit whack or whatever. He was telling me they would turn the lights off on them and shit. You know what I mean? Just stuff like that. It was like, really, but he said that that's how they got cool with Cube and all of them, the down south brothers and the West Coast dudes. When they was on the road, they was kind of figuring like, you know what, man, it's only us out here. We with all these New York cats, so we could hold each other down. So that's why you say today it's still kind of a camaraderie with the South and the West Coast. There ain't never been no issues because they kind of, when they were starting off together, man, it was kind of a thing. I should try to hit Mr. Mix up, man, so he could tell one of them stories. He told me about the time that him and Luke and them almost got into it with them cats, man.
Really?
Yeah. They
on the road?
On the road, yeah. Dudes cutting off their lights. They doing a show because they was mad because they were going a thing, man. And, you know, these dudes was the headliners at first, but by the time the tour in, you know, 2 Live crew and them is the headliners of the show because they killing it.
Wow.
They killing the performance. This 2 Live crew is NWA. They all going out there, right? So it's like, you know, Too Short. They say Too Short go out there with just, you know, they say Big Daddy Kane and them out there and stuff, man, with these elaborate stage setups. And Too Short come out there with some khakis on a T-shirt and go, be action, the whole crowd go crazy. And it's like eventually he headlining the whole show. And it's like, you know, they looking at these dudes with these like kind of like really remedial rhymes compared to some of the stuff that the brothers in New York was doing. They're like, how is this possible? You know what I mean? But that all, man,
that wasn't the criteria.
Yeah, it's not
You
even, man, to bring back the negativity of it, man. I'm just glad that we all passed that because really, everybody kind of sound like they from down south right now. You know what I mean? So
that's a fact. This kid, I just really got, like, my guys over the last few weeks that, you know, we've been out here working on, you know, the things we're working on, they've been playing a lot of stuff for me. You know, I got us all in this big house, right? So everybody's there, and so they playing the TV, and I'm like, well, who's that? Who's that? And everybody, a lot of them sound the same to me. A lot of them using the autotunes, but they do all sound or are from Atlanta. Like, you know, like they're all from the South, specifically Atlanta.
Oh, yeah.
That's what's dominating right now, that sound.
You know, and that's the great thing about hip-hop, though, man, is that it bounces around the country, man, and it goes everywhere else. Because you know what, to believe it or not, man, what's the cat that just died, rest in peace, man?
Pop Smoke.
Young Pop Smoke.
That's that kid. That kid's voice was phenomenal.
Yeah, he had a real London, England sound. A lot of people, I used to go to England
that was the
a lot.
music. I just learned all this stuff.
You know, I used to go to
drill
England
music
a lot.
comes out of there, right?
And it sounded like, yeah, they didn't call it drill back then. It was called something else, man. But London always had a real progressive sound. Because when I was going over there, like in 2003, I would hear those beats over there, and I would be like, man, this is kind of smacking. You know what I mean?
Beats like that?
You know, the dudes over there rap like Bloody Mate,
Yeah,
you know, they had a little certain pattern to it, but their music was just real
Brixton
original. Yeah,
you
know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
It was the grime. That's kind of like
so before drill music was drill music, it was grime.
Yeah, grime is kind of like the godfather of drill music. Yeah, grime is that's what it was, grime music.
That's crazy.
And I know some of the clubs in England, just like they wasn't booking a lot of the gangster rap acts out here, they wasn't booking the grime acts over there because it was brothers in the club getting stabbed. You know, they got guns in England, but you would get stabbed over there like a mother. You know what I mean? They roll with shanks and stuff.
They call them roadmen out there.
Yeah, you know, they got a lot of the Africans, man, and the Jamaican dudes. You know, you get stabbed up out there messing around.
Mm-hmm. I got a homie out there who actually helped me to launch Don Diva in London. Mm-hmm. Homie named Speedy St. John, and He got deported back in the 80s. He was running around out there in D.C. body snatcher. You know, they used to rob hustlers and shit like that. So him and his crew, they got shipped off.
Oh,
whatever.
man, they
So
got
he
some
landed out
grimy
there.
dudes. That's what I tell people, man. This gangsters all over the world.
Yeah, man.
You
Believe that.
can't
All
really
over.
be all
Yes,
over
sir.
the world, so you be somewhere
Sure.
in Germany
From
or
top to
England
bottom.
thinking you about to be messing with some dudes, drink some tea, and I say, man, these dudes will snatch your ass up.
That's
you
why
know?
I
right.
don't want to fly. Give me a car, I drive there so I can take my gun with me. I
Ah.
ain't got to worry about getting stabbed. I ain't playing that. So I'd rather be
You don't
where
fly, Jay?
flying. I
No
don't.
way.
Man, I've always believed I'm not finna fall in no water and get eaten by a shark or a crocodile or a gator. Man,
So I guess when we do these Gangster Chronicle shows next year, we go put you on a boat with your car and let
Put
you
me
just get off on shore, huh?
right. And let me
Take
get
his
off
boat,
that
his
Boat ride
car over there.
long, boy.
That's
I
a
ain't
long
worried about it. I
haul.
sit on that motherfucker for 2 months if I got to get there. I'm just gonna leave before y'all. That's all I
Never
got to
flew.
do. Yeah, I flew to Australia, all that. But that flight in itself, man, I was too goddamn bored sitting there. And the little drinks, I mean, you can only drink so many of them little and
right,
go to sleep.
right.
Wake up, you still in the air. Fuck
How
that.
long was that flight?
18 hours.
Oh.
Well, it ain't that bad.
18 hours,
On the
19
boat.
hours straight through.
If I travel that far, bro, I'm not coming back for a month.
No, I stayed out there 9 days and came from my ass
I was
home.
worried about James not coming back because he had such a
If
good
my
time
wife
out
heard
there.
that right now, she'd be like, he's not lying.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
you know
for
what's
real.
what's funny about it. You know, KRS-One don't fly, man. He goes over to Europe by boat, man.
Give me a car.
What?
He goes. You can't drive no car over to Europe, James.
No,
unless
I
you
ain't
float
talking
on
about
water.
Europe. I ain't going to Europe either. I'm talking about I'm gonna go wherever I can. If it's in the car, if I can get in the car, I'm going there in the car.
So you're not going to Australia no more?
No, I ain't say that. If I go, just like when I was in Australia, some of the Sydney and all that shit, I had to get on the plane, an hour flight. What's the f***ing sense? Let's just rent a car. Let's just drive to these motherfucking places, huh? So just going to these places and have to get on the goddamn plane didn't make sense to me. I'm scared of falling. I don't want to fall. So
Well, like I'm gonna tell James, I'll meet him over there. I tell him, well, we'll be over there, man. You can leave 3 days before us or 4 days before us, and we'll meet you over there.
for real,
That's a
I
fact.
get on the goddamn boat, do something.
Because I can't be in the
That's a
car,
fact.
but I can do a bus though. So that's what
I
we
mean,
gonna
I
do.
can travel by any means, you know, but the idea of being on a plane for 18 hours,
Yeah, it's like,
that's a little. But I mean, if the opportunity is big enough, I'll do it.
yeah, it was well worth it. Going out there, everything was free, room and board, food, and all that shit was free,
How were the people?
and people are beautiful.
Really?
Oh man, it's nothing like here.
Right.
Nothing like here to make you say I don't want to go home.
Really?
Because everybody is nice. You don't see none of this shit out there that
Yeah, I'm
you
gonna end
see
up
here.
somewhere like that.
It's a beautiful.
I am. I'm gonna end up
place.
somewhere like that.
The
That's
food
what-
is better.
Right now, I'm just in the woods.
Man, just wake up
At
and
home.
you just see this clear ass ocean. I was
Man,
loving
that would be
shit.
it for me, bro.
That
That
and
water.
that was it. But I had to come home. I had a grandkid. I had to get back to.
That's right.
You
Yeah,
know
he
what
has
I'm saying?
business to take care of. You know, James, and I don't like rehashing these old moments, man, but talking to Mack, y'all was smashing so hard back then with Death Row, man.
Boy.
Was it ever a time, man, did you ever have any communication with Suge about that y'all was kind of doing too much? Because I know you talk about that sometimes, that you sense that stuff was kind of going too far.
At the beginning, like I said, I was fresh out of prison. You know, before, I mean, our bullshit started in '88 when I got out of prison. The shit that we was involved in and you know, studios and all this other shit and just being us. You know, we would walk into some shit, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, going into Ruthless Records, you know, walking up in them up demanding contracts and shit like that. Yeah, it was something, man, we got to slow down.
So you was there for all that? You was right there up close and personal for all them gaffling up the contracts and everything?
I was in there. I was in there. I ain't gonna say what I did, but I was that dude, like, to the security, sit your ass down. With just a little bitty ass bowler, you know what I'm saying? Just you better sit your ass down.
And who was them? Was them twins in there at the time, like the big old Samoan dudes?
No, this was a black brother. He was about maybe 6'6", big old mother. And he was standing at the door of Jerry's office. Because you go on Ruthless, go to the right, straight on down the hall is Jerry's. Easy wasn't there. So just knowing what we going for, okay, everything in there is going to be sitting down and we can't let them move. So when we walked in and Suge had a specific point he was going to, and that's to Jerry, his office. So going in there, everything else I got to make stop. And everything stopped. Go in there, handle your business, close the door, y'all do y'all thing. You know what I'm saying? Everything that belonged to them, you going to stay outside of this door, or it would have been a problem.
So was Jerry expecting Suge to come?
No.
So
I was thinking the same.
Yeah, I was like,
I would have locked the door if I knew these motherfuckers was coming. No, he didn't expect it. A lot of shit it was just walk in.
And I assume, and Suge walked out of there with a check too?
Yep, unexpected. Just, you owe us for this, and Dre got the contracts, and Dre and Michelet came with us.
Wow.
And they told y'all they owe us this much money.
Well, he already knew that because Easy office was at his house, and the contracts that Easy had, Suge didn't get that. So that's when Easy made the song. You know, Dre Day still is his payday, so he was still getting his money. He wasn't no fool. Just like with Straight Outta Compton, that movie, the way they did that shit, it was totally a lie. You know what I'm saying? It pissed me off. Totally a lie. Easy didn't come to the office and get his ass whooped, jumped on him, and then he walked away and then said, "Oh hell no, man, it wasn't real." Dre wasn't punching on no mother. Dre would have got his ass whooped, and I'm telling you, I hope you hear me, mother. If he would have touched one of the homies, everybody that I hired and that my brother brung there, all the homies was bigger than me. They was 6'3", 6'4", and the motherfuckers had yokes. So if Dre would have hit any one of them penitentiary ass, he'd have either got raped or he'd have seriously got his ass whooped. So yeah, all that shit was bullshit. You know what I'm saying? The way they made them look and the way they made us look was a fucking joke. A fucking joke.
Why do you think they did that? Why they watered it down like that? They did the same thing with Paid in Full.
And you yet to see anybody that be 100 with their character and how they conduct business. Everybody got to put water in it. You know what I'm saying? Right. I can't go in here and be 100 with it because everybody know who I am now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they got to lie. They got to fabricate a whole bunch of shit, which in that movie, they did that. That was, man, come on, man. Dre didn't never raise his voice. And Snoop, we good, but Snoop didn't walk in death row. What's happening, cuz? What's happening? No. Nothing like that. Not carrying no blue rag in his back pocket on some banging
So it was just like that. So it's crazy, though, that he went in because that's gangster, though. He went in there and took the contracts, man. Because I know if that would have been me, I'd have wrote any check they wanted. As soon as y'all had left, I'd have been calling the bank. I'd gave check number 15533. Y'all have came back to an empty-ass office and everything
Before
else.
it even came death row, it was the muscle was laid down before it even came death row. Taking it from Vanilla Ice and shit like that, they allegedly said how he did. But I remember Chocolate, who I called him, is the one that said he wrote the song Ice Ice Baby Yada Yada. Suge just took that, went to him, had a piece of paper written up, you owe us for this. And Suge and Chocolate got paid for it. And they ain't did shit.
Yeah, because do you think Chocolate wrote that song?
I think Chocolate knows something about it. I ain't going to talk bad about my dog, but
He's just getting some money, huh?
Everybody got paid. You got a scary motherfucker, might as well get what you get.